Okay, we start with giving Fatiha for Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, his family, his companion, and the Muslim at large. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, ila hadratin Nabi Mustafa, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, wa alihi wa sahbihi, zuriyati waitihi wa tabi'ina lahum bi ihsan ila yaumiddin. ثم إلى أرواح آبائنا وجداتنا بجميع المسلمين والمسلمات مؤمنين ومؤمنات خير أموات شيء لله لكم الفاتحة بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن الرحيم يا كرام يا سامعين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
We have discussed the position of the United States, China, Russia, and today the state of Israel and Palestine. This will be the last episode on this because I'm going back to our main topic that will be on Sufism. These are just knowledge for you all to proceed further on your own if you are interested. Okay? Because our forum is not to discuss current affairs, just to take note, just to show you what are happenings in the world, and for you to follow up. Because our main area is Tasawwuf, Sufism. So next week will be Q&A. After Q&A, we go back to Sufism again. These are just to keep you abreast of what is going on currently in this world. If you are interested, you should follow up. So this will be the last topic on BRICS for the grand design. Next week will be Q&A, and then we're back to our Sufism again with another topic. Well, briefly, in the 1916, the Ottoman Empire was getting weaker because the Muslim scholars at the time rejected the Sultan's aspiration to create firearms, because firearms were not mentioned in the Quran or even in the Hadith or the Sunnah. So they want to fight the British and French using sword. And of course, they were solidly defeated. And in 1916, Ottoman Empire were broken up. The British took over Palestine, Jordan, and Iraq. Okay, so when the Ottoman Empire was defeated, the British took over Palestine, Jordan, and southern Iraq, whereas the French took over southeast Turkey, northern Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon. Okay. And in 1917, a year after that, the European Zionists, they were allowed to come into Palestine, come back to Palestine, which is, they say, is their motherland from religious background. Israel, the Palestine part of Palestine is their motherland. So in 1917, they were allowed by the British to come back to Palestine and occupy Palestine. So from that time, Jews was only 10%, but when they keep coming back from 10% in 1935, the number of Jews become 27% in Palestine. And when they came in, they took over the land by force, took over the settlement, took over the whatever they can. And this caused the first Palestine revolutions. Of course, the Palestinians not happy, they revolted. And the Zionists keep on coming in and took away their land, settlement and so forth. So the Palestine revolted, first revolution, and were defeated by the British. And then 1944 May, they created, the British allowed Israel to be created, occupying part of the Palestine land. Okay. And Palestine keep on rebel and demonstration and whatnot because they still keep on taking on their land. And then in 1967, the other Arab country joined in. They called the 6 Days War. And they were defeated. As a result, Golan Heights belonged to Syria, was captured by Israel. West Bank belonged to Jordan, was captured by Israel. Gaza Strip and Sinai Peninsula belonged to Egypt, were taken by Israel, and that remain until today. Okay, apart from part of Palestine were taken by Israel, they also, because of 1967 war, took over Golan Heights, took over West Bank, Gaza Strip, Sinai and Sinai Peninsula. And even UN resolution to ask them to return all this back and also to give up the settlement which they had taken were ignored by them. And of course, the world could not do anything because America was and still is backing the Israel. So the Israel with impunity keep on invading Palestine and took away their civil rights, took away all their privileges. They become like totally powerless. And that is an apartheid regime. Apartheid regime is the implementation and maintenance of a system of legalized racial segregation. So you're Arab, you are downgraded. Even at the entrance to Israel, the immigration entrance, Arab will be on another side of the entrance. Those who are not Arab, they'll be given preferential treatment, another entrance. So this is legalized racial segregation. They make it the law, which one racial group, that the Israeli, they have all the political and civil rights, but the Palestine do not have political and civil rights. Apartheid is a crime against humanity, and punishable under Roman statute of the International Court. But nobody bothers because US is behind them. So, the Muslim at large, very, very angry. For 75 years, Israel had punished wantonly the Palestine people. And they even called as a subhuman or animals. They were addressed as animal, subhuman. And the Muslim world were not happy, but the Israeli have the American backing them up. So we cannot do anything because of the American support. And recently you hear they are giving billions to Israel, armaments and plus money and so on. Then because of the world pressure, they only give 100 million Palestine, whereas Israeli got billions. Such is the hypocrisy, unfairness of the US. And for 75 years, the people in Gaza suffered a lot. They bombed recently the hospital, then the school, even the UN center in Gaza, they bombed. They bombed all the infrastructure of the Palestine and even declared that they will stop food from coming in from the humanitarian groups, and the food they will stop. They will stop water and electricity going into Gaza and also the West Bank. So can you imagine 2.2 million cramped in that area, Gaza and West Bank, without food, without medical supply, without electricity, without water, and being bombarded by Israel using carpet bombing. Very, very tough. And many, many lives were lost, even children, innocent children, many died because of the bombing. So, of course, the world at large, especially the Muslim world, made a lot of demonstration, a lot of speeches, fiery speeches and whatnot, against the brutality of Israel. And every day, children died. And you can see in Terengganu, everywhere there will be a Palestine flag everywhere, because Terengganu felt sympathetic toward the Palestine brothers, Muslim brothers, who suffered immensely under the brutal regime of the Zionists, Israel. By the way, the true Jews, they did not agree to the Zionist Israeli. The Zionist Israeli is more like a mafia group, not the real Jews. The real Jews did not support the Zionists. They more inclined to the Muslim people. And not only the Zionist Israeli brutalized the Muslim people there, but also the Christian. The Christian also were brutalized by them. And recently they want to make a law. There shall be no teaching of Christianity in Israel. Okay? Because the Christian also sympathize with the Muslim and do not want to associate with the Israeli brutality. And because of the suffering you can see on internet, on TikTok, this media, which is freely aired aired by people who went there, and from articles written down about this brutality, the Muslim world was not very happy. So there were a lot of du'as being made to Allah for assistance. A lot of prayers were done for Allah to help the Palestine. Everybody in the Muslim world, ma'a to Allah, prayed to Allah to help the Palestine and to teach the Israeli a lesson. But this has been continuing 75 years. And it will go on as long as the American is supporting the Israeli. So much so many of the Muslims felt helpless, in particular the Palestine. When will Allah help come to them? And the 75 years of suffering will continue as long as Allah will not help them. Because the world at large is not matched with the power of the US. Okay? But now hopefully Russia and China will wake up and will join into the war. Then something can be done. But why should Russia and China intervene, which will cost them a lot of financial stress, as well as death of their own uniform groups, and also that the war can be prolonged and they will be stuck like in the mud, against Israel. So the hesitance was there. Although Russia and China condemned by word of mouth, but they were very cautious in intervening. Turkey had sent their aircraft carrier to near Palestine, but we know it's no match to the American. Okay, so again, the Muslim only hope is Allah, and they were screaming in their heart when Allah help will come, because babies were killed, children were killed, and means injured terribly. Innocent people, men, women, and child, massacred. 75 years. How long must it go on? Yeah. And of course, there's a lot of emotion among the Muslim country, even among the Muslim brothers and sisters. And you and me, as a Sufi, some of these people were asked to be sympathetic towards them, to say something, empathize with them, to be with them in solidarity and so forth. But I want to inform you all, we are a Sufi. We have eyes that those normal people do not have. They saw the suffering, the brutality of humans against human. they saw the death, injured, and so forth. But with a Sufi, that portrait is what we call the external or the sifat. The sifat, the appearance of the sifat, or you call it the pandangan sifat, or the outlook, the external outlook. But we have the intermediary outlook, or the hakikat outlook, which is the essence, and the final outlook, or the marifat outlook. We see the container, or the maha alus, or the subtle, the maha alus, or the subtle. So you have these three outlooks: the sifat, the hakikat, and the marifat. And for Sufi, you must always look through the marifat outlook, because they can never be two existent at any one time. It's only one. So if you look at the sifat outlook, there will be many existent. Hakikat outlook, you only see the essence. But essence is not Allah. Essence is still creation. Although it's obligatory existence, it's still an essence. Whereas the sifat is more of coincidental existence, mungkinul, or probable existence. Mungkinul wujud, sifat. The essence, the zat, is the obligatory existence. But both the sifat and the hakikat, the essence and the sifat, are creation in total. One is probable existence, the other one is obligatory existence. Both are creations. So these two, we can always side swap, nafi, side swap. When we swap it to the side. And then what is left is his containment. Everything destroyed or annihilated. That remain is my feature or my container. Okay? Now, if you use this outlook, again, I must remind you, please remember this. As a Sufi, you must always use the last outlook. So you have the sifat outlook, the hakikat outlook, and the marifat. You must always use the marifat as a Sufi. Then all the time you can see only one existence. One existence, once, everything followed his once or his direction. You can see eternity because there's one. That's why for Sufi, if you see two, then you are not a Sufi. Must be all the time one. So when you look at the suffering of the Palestine, you use the marifat outlook, and you can see the maha alus, or the subtle, is at play with itself. There's no other existence. Only him. And he's at play with his own self. It's like the tail of the elephant. Not the elephant, that's compared to Mahalus is like the tail of the elephant. The elephant tail shake up and down, left and right, shake. There is no other person shaking the tail. It's the elephant himself. So, using this illustration, you apply to Palestine. You see the suffering of the Palestine is like the shaking of the tail. All right? And who shake the tail is the elephant. So the Mahalus in action, who is in action really is God. They, like an elephant shaking the tail. So God using his subtle self to dramatize the situation. So in the Quran, Allah mentioned the life in this world is amusement and play, right? The life in this world is amusement and play. It's amusement and play to himself, not others, not us. For us, it's not amusement and play. At this age, 73, my age and my gang, Mr. Azlan, Mr. Ibrahim, our gang, you know. Now we can't do much when you see beautiful girl, you know. You think life is fun? No. So when Allah said life is fun, it's for him, not for us. So he's saying that he's having fun. So he's saying, oh Muhammad, it's not you who killed. When Rasulullah shot the arrow in the battle of Uhud and killed his own ummah, the unbelievers shouted, how come the Prophet sent to his ummah, killing his ummah? And the verse came down, it's not you who killed, but it's me, Muhammad. When you ponder this verse, Muhammad did not exist. Only the subtle, the Mahalus exists. Okay. So if you look at the suffering of the Israeli, the Palestine, you use the Marifat outlook, pandangan Marifat. You can see that it is the subtle part of Allah having a play, a drama. There's no other existence. Now, you must remember this. Okay? You must remember this. Otherwise, you get emotional. So the question is, all this suffering, Allah doesn't know. Right? You think what? Allah blind? He doesn't know. You know, crazy man. He sees very clearly. He knows what is going on because he's all-knowing. Just ponder this. You are screaming, oh, unfair, oh, injustice, oh, why Allah, why are you not helping? You think he doesn't know. He doesn't see. Huh? He sees it. He knows. And he's a better planner. He has his own plan. As and when he wants to punish the Israelis, up to him. He has his game plan. Okay? And he has reason, good reason for it. So before you get emotional, my friends, remember, ask, does Allah know what is going on? Surely he knows. Okay? So if he knows, just leave the thing to him. He knows what he's doing. Okay, you cannot force Allah or compel him to do as what you want him to do. Okay. So first, does Allah know? Of course. because Allah is all-knowing, all-wise. So, again, remember this. When people brought up the issue of Israel and Palestine to you, and they want you to be emotional, you cannot. You are Sufi. You know the real truth that Allah is playing the game and is the only player in the game. So when they told you this, you answered, do you think Allah doesn't know what is going on? Again, surely He knows because He's all wise and all knowing. Secondly, can this happen without His approval? No way. Because He approved it, that's why it happened. If He doesn't approve it, it won't happen. You understand? Because He's all powerful, right? He allowed it to happen. Otherwise, it won't happen. Because He in control. Okay? Again, we are the Sufi. When it allowed this to happen, because we only see one existence, it happened to Himself, no others. Therefore, He's never unjust. There is no other existence except Him. Other existence are all camouflage or manifestation, unreal existence. We all unreal existence. Even science confirmed in quantum physics. We are just a phantom. They not exist. Okay. So, first, does He know? Yes. Did He allow this to happen? Of course. If He doesn't allow, it won't happen. Okay. Number two, right? So, because Allah is strong and almighty. So, if He did not allow this to happen, it will not happen. That means He allowed it to happen. Okay. Thirdly, is this occurrence listed in the Law Mahfuz? Sure. Is everything in the Law Mahfuz? When the time comes, it will happen. It's in the Law Mahfuz. Otherwise, Law Mahfuz is not complete. It's not perfect. That means Allah is an imperfect God. No. This occurrence is already in the Law Mahfuz. Qada and Qadar, predestination. And that's why Allah said, nothing have we omitted from the book, from the Law Mahfuz. Nothing is omitted. Okay? And he further stated, and not an atom's weight in the earth or in the sky escape your Lord. Everything already written, know what is less than that or greater than that, but all already listed in the Law Mahfuz. Nothing escape Him. No change will thou ever find in God's way. Once He has listed it, there cannot be any change. It will happen. No deviation will thou ever find in God's ways. So what is listed in Law Mahfuz, it will happen. So the bombardment, the suffering, the killing, the brutalizing of the Palestine, all in the Law Mahfuz. But is Allah cruel? No way. Because when you use the Ma'rifat outlook, only one existence is playing with Himself. There's no other existence. That's why you remember Imam Ghazali say, you know your God, you know yourself. You don't exist. Okay? So, what has listed in the Law Mahfuz, it will happen. When the time comes, it will happen. When we are born, and then we grow, become teenagers and handsome young men. Yeah? But the time will come, you become miserable old men. The time will come. You can't escape. It's already in the Law Mahfuz. Yeah. It cannot be, You are born old and then become younger, cannot be. Okay. So there is no change in what ways. It's listed in Law Mahfuz. It will happen according to the Law Mahfuz. And he say, my scheme is strong, firm. There's none to alter the decision of Allah. The one is already kun, everything listed in the Law Mahfuz. And the game begins, or the story begins, and you follow what had been listed in the Law Mahfuz. From time to time, it will move on and on and on. So that, therefore, you can see when our great-great-grandfather gone, the world still continue with our grandfather. Grandfather gone, continue with our father. Father gone, we took over. We gone, our children took over. The game plan still go on. It's not our plan, it's his plan. Okay? So nobody can alter it except him. It's hard to imagine, even the Professor Stephen Hawking, he said it's hard to imagine how free will can operate if our behavior is determined by physical law. You don't realize it. But all the time, the laws govern us without we consciously realize. I give you an example in this room. Why you all sit on the chair? Why you all sit on the floor? Because this is the written rule, unwritten rule. Why do you sit on the table? Sit here, sit there. You won't do that because the written say, sit on the chair. It's unwritten rule. Sit on the floor. Why you can't sit all here? It's a written rule. Why did you come in from the door? It's an unwritten rule. Why do you come in from the balcony? He climbed. Written rule. Right? Why women dress like that? Why men dress like that? It's an unwritten rule. We are governed, but rules which are unwritten. Of course, exceptional. They are exceptional in this case. Everyone not using the mask except him. They're exceptional, because no more we worry about pandemic or whatnot, right? So that's why the late Professor Stephen Hawking said, free will is just an illusion. There's already the law. Everywhere we are governed by unwritten rule. So there's no free will, but everything being predestined, everything listed out, written down in the Law Mahfuz, and the world will proceed according to this scheme in the Law Mahfuz. So what happened in Israel, Palestine? It's all written. No two ways about it. So the next question, ask yourself again. Is there any merit in this occurrence? I mean, surely God being wise, all this happened. Is there benefit all this? So the first thing we must remember, it happening to him, not to others. Only one existed. And of course, there will be good reason for it. Of this happening, there will be good reason for it. Because Allah had mentioned in the Quran, deem ye that we had created you for naught. Are you saying that I created all this happening? There's no good reason for it. Yeah. Everything have a good reason because He's most wise. Professor Ramadan said, if Allah had committed one unwise move, He cannot be God. He's a perfect God. Everything He did what you see. There are multiple good reasons for it. Okay. So He says, we created not the heaven and the earth and all between them, but for just end. For just end. That means everything will be fair and square. But we have to wait. Allah is not our servant, you know. Funny, some people, they pray, they blow at the sickness, boom, cure. You think God your servant? Yes, his own. Not because they see it, even it happened. If you don't use the ma'rifat outlook, you don't know it's him at play. You thought it's you. No, without purpose did we create heaven and earth and all in between. Everything got a purpose. And there are good reasons for the happenings. Sabarlah, wait. Wait for him to show the merits of what's happening in Israel and Palestine. Wait. Right? You cannot force Allah. He's not your member, no. He's your God. Wait now, wait and see. This I'm talking about, we the Sufi. Of course, you tell us not Sufi, they were angry. And they will say, how come God so slow? Don't bother about that because they still see more than one existence. So the next one, you can ask yourself, does we have a say in this occurrence? That means, can we intervene? And the main, usually people quoted, dua can change everything. Dua can change everything. But then dua must be in the low mahfuz also, not you pick up from outside. It must be in the low mahfuz. And the answer also in the low mahfuz. It's not you dua today happen. That dua that you dua, Sheikh Abdul Qadir said, is already listed in law mahfuz long time ago, waiting for the time for you to dua. Right? So the dua also inside. Then, even you see, last time I have hair like Piramli, now become like this. Right? It's already in the law mahfuz. It's not we one day wake up, gone, no way. So the other day, somebody nearly quarreled with Swami, my friend there. Because the guy want to borrow his home. So he was very angry. I tried to make fool of me. Yeah. So do we have a say in this occurrence? No. In the first place, you remember, we as a Sufi, we know we don't exist. If you know your God, you know yourself, you don't exist. And Allah say, I'm the external. I'm the internal. Where are we? Right? We do not exist. Cannot be. He's the external. He's the internal. I'm the middle. No way. Right? So, external, internal is him. External, internal are manifestation of him. Right? So, we don't exist. When we don't exist, we can't say anything. Right? It's like you come into a meeting and you got no power. You can't say anything. You just listen. You got no power. But if you talk only, they kick you out from the board meeting, right? Yeah. Similarly, we don't exist. If we talk only, you become ghosts. We don't exist. So do we ever say in this occurrence? No. Then what about those pray to Allah, dua to Allah, supplication? Allah, help the Palestine. Allah, we're carrying up flag for Palestine. Help, please. How come he can say something? It's in the book. That's why he can say, right? It's in the law mahfuz. So he must say, right? So if somebody say, hey, you say that, human cannot get involved. How come this imam pray with sincerity to Allah? Allah, help the Palestine. Allah. You say, he wants to have a part. You say, you look at the imam, see, that is law mahfuz. Yeah. If not written law mahfuz, he won't do that. Right? To carry the hand up, you need power. That power belongs to Allah. Right? You must agree that you use the power. To dua, you must use your voice. The voice belongs to him. Right? To dua, you must not be insane. Right? The sanity belongs to him. Everything belongs to him. From the top of our head until our leg belongs to him. Nothing belongs to us. That's why everything happened, we must say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi rajiun, because we confirm that is his totally. As such, he can do whatever he likes to his belonging. So do we have a say in this occurrence? Allah said, no. Everything in my hand. Of course, we don't exist. Remember this, remember. Okay? Of course, it's in his hand, and he do what pleases him. Okay, see here. Did we, now we human beings say, did we then have any power of decision in this matter? That means, can we interfere in this matter? And Allah say, what? Verily, all power of Allah, all power of decision does rest with Allah. We don't have. Right? If we have power to interfere, of course, I and Brian and my friend Azran will become a trade union, and then we ask for age to stop at 33. Right? Huh? Forever young. Huh? You heard the song Forever Young. Huh? But we got no say. Right? Even we look at our hair also not bothered. We don't want it to be white, it turn white. You can say anything. You say, hey, what the hell, man, you turn white. I don't want you to turn white, they don't care. It's turn white. Okay? You can't. Even our eyes become weaker as we are getting, elderly. And our power becomes slower. So what? So that many old-timers died on the road. Really, from the survey done, because they thought they can walk as fast as before. So many died on the road. Okay, remember my friend, this is what I'm telling you, when you cross the road, better go to the pedestrian crossing, because we are not as fast as before. Okay, by the time we realized we're not fast, then we saw the car is faster. Yeah. Truly, all the command is with Allah in all things. He's in control, not us. So don't be emotional with Israel-Palestine things or events. Huh? Relax. Sit one corner, relax one corner. Or sit at the back door, zikrullah, remember him. You can look at the front door, what is happening. You take note, but never come down to the front door and mix up with the event of the low mahfuz. Keep estranged. You are professional, right? You are the elites of Allah. So keep away. You see, even the World War II, million died. Even the Jews got Gestapo, million died. And everybody was suffering. Everybody was screaming for the help of the divine help. And then it ended also. Nothing is permanent except Allah, right? So this is raising evil is never permanent. Creation can never be permanent. Say it will stop somewhere. Whether during our lifetime, after, it will stop. Not all the time. But now we read recently that some of the Israeli not happy with the way the government is subjugating the Palestine to brutalism. Huh? So now they say there may be a civil riot or civil war That means the Israel against Israel. Those who are against the Zionists, those who cannot swallow the brutalism of Israel against the Palestine. So there is the intense pressure in this Israel now. Because they predict there can be a civil war among them. Right? But operate a strange way. So God is the creator of all things. So remember that God is the creator of all things. Every event you see, or non-event also, already listed in the law mahfuz by our God. And it will go on. Okay? He alone has the power to determine the fate of all things, all the power, not us. Allah, the eternally besought of all, that means everything come back to him. He is the decision maker. Okay. So those like us who have the knowledge, for those endued with knowledge, those who have a knowledge and faith, we believe in Allah, 100%, hakul yakin, will say, indeed we live according to Allah's decree. That means His ruling according to Allah, ruling till the day of resurrection. There is no intervention by us. We will say that as people who have knowledge and faith will say to those people who complain, say, relax now. There will be an end to this. Just wait. Because these are already listed in the law mahfuz. So when everything settled, then you can see the wrongdoer mampus. I mean, defeated. Because we will say, indeed, you live according to Allah's rulings. There's no two ways about it. So just wait and see. Okay. We have the knowledge. Don't be emotional, remember. And then because it's listed in the law mahfuz, the Israelis have to follow what has been listed in law mahfuz. So they keep on continuing brutalizing the Palestine because it's listed in there. And Sheikh Abdul Qadir said, you have no choice in this matter. You have to continuing what had been listed in the law mahfuz. He said that we are being, swung by the wave up and down. And that wave is a predestination. We have no way to stop it. But please, my friend, we use the Ma'rifat outlook. We can see the subtle is at play. The Mahalu said at play. Keep our mouth shut. Everything happened. The doer of that happening have no choice. He must do it. Right? And all the time, when I visited the prison, interview the prisoners who kill people, were on murder row, or even in robbery case, on any serious crime, I interviewed them. That time I still was going criminal. Asked them, why do you do it? Right? He said, I also don't know. After I done it, I felt miserable. I think, why did I do it? They also don't know. But we know. So they listed no mahfuz, must do it. You have to kill your grandmother. You have to do it. Because why? She did not cook the belacan sambal. You have to do it. But then when after you kill your grandmother, you look back, what the hell I killed her for sambal belacan? You will never understand. Because you do it because it's listed in the law mahfuz. Right. There was a case, famous case when I was law student. The lady was sewing with a needle, and then she poked her hand, the needle. And what happened? Her eyes become crossed. The eyes. What connection? Until today, I don't understand the case. You poke your hand and your eyes cross. Until she died, the eyes crossed off. So you see your wife, you don't know she's looking at you or not. The famous case, I remember the cross eyes case. You don't know. And I think there was a mythology, Malay mythology. This putri poked her hand with a needle, she died. There's a mythology in Malaysia for this. I don't know what story was that, something like that. But this thing must happen. Why it happened is listed in the law mahfuz. Can't be helped. That is why when you're angry with your children, they will not listen to you. They will do what they think they want to do. It's not that they're going to rebel against you. They are governed by law mahfuz. If you are aware of this, you will never make your children your enemy, because you understood it's the law mahfuz. And it's the law mahfuz that can bring him back. If it is listed somewhere there that he repented, come back to square one, he'll come back. So drug addicts, many of them wanted to give up, but it's difficult. Because once the door of desire opens, I must want you, never open this door of desire. That today my friend Azan told me, it's a legal supply of cigarette, maybe legal, selling cigarette in our campus. So to sell cigarette, he must smoke. And then he got caught, addicted to smoking, and you have to go for bypass. Because you open the door, then you got stuck. Okay? Similarly, men, you open the door and you enjoy the back entry, right? Then you don't want woman, right? You want the back entry. The front entry is taboo. And so the film stars, the woman film stars, hairdresser, wardrobe, all of these people, gay people, so they are not worried, because they are not, they don't like women, right? Because you open the doors. Gambling also, you open the door, you got addicted, finish, man. Even your grandmother gold keys also is stolen. So you got addicted. No joking. So I remember Padeka was lecturing on this. He mentioned this, the door of desire open. Once desire open, it's difficult to close. And it can only be closed because not we dua. It's written in the law mahfuz. But good sign like we dua, because at least there is hope. It's already written. The dua is approved, right? Chinese say, how can you strike lottery? You never buy ticket. Dua. Yeah. So this is the thing. We have no choice, but don't open the door of desire. Okay? You may think, just a little bit temporary, like LSD, opium, you got stuck forever. Difficult to come out. And these people, they will be sent to reformative center, drug reformative center. They try to clean these people up, but you can't. So when they have finished the 3 years, they will be released, right? When they pass the gate, the guard will be there. The guard say, okay, brother, you are discharged today, yes. So when you coming back? Rascal, these people, they got no confidence in this guy. So this guy come out from the gate, when are you coming back again? For sure to come back. One is listed in the law mahfuz, quite difficult. So you are not challenging the guy. You should not scold him. You should hopefully pray to God that there is a way out for him in the law mahfuz. That's the way it is. There is no choice. They have to be a drug addict. And what's the good of this? What is the merit of this that Allah created all this? If you follow my lecture, we will go up to the universe up there and bring the Satan back to worship Allah. You know how many drug addicts we have to cure? We have to get the cure here before we go up to bring them back. Okay. Of course, I've met many, even 60, 70 plus still in the drug reformative center, because when I'm called to go to this center, because they want to make will, because they know it's 70 plus, so they want to make a will or whatever, so I'll go and see them quite old. Of course, when I see them old, I'm happy. I feel myself young. And they say, make a will, what property to give whom, to give what, whatever. Of course, I'm being paid. I'm not paid, why should I go? It's no joking, we're quite far, no? One corner of the Singapore. There's no choice in the matter. Okay. So, for such, their portion appointed must read them from the book. Like Allah is saying, you will get that had been appointed for you. So we got it, what? That's why we are 70. You know? If you are married, you got it, because it's already stated in the Quran and the law mahfuz, so and so become your husband. And you don't know. Many first love KO. And many don't know from where suddenly they found themselves in love and married. You don't know, you can't predict. Right? Even myself, I can't predict I got my girlfriend. But now 42 years girlfriend. When we call girlfriend, we feel younger. Now, Lan also follow me. Girlfriend. You don't know. But the saying always say, life, death, and jodoh. Jodoh is what? Your marriage in the hand of Allah. And you don't know. Sometimes your wife or husband from another land, and then happen to meet, fall in love, marry. The Malays say the fish in the sea, the vegetable on land, both of them mixed in a pot. To every people is a term appointed. Are there? In the Quran, to every people is a term appointed. So the Israeli is a term appointed. Time is coming for them, for their appointed time. What suffering will come to them, we don't know. When their term is reached, not an hour can they cause delay, not can they advance it. It will fall on them. So don't you worry. If Allah wants to punish them, the time will come. Verily, all things that has Allah appointed a due proportion. Once He fixed it in the law mahfuz, this will happen, and it will happen according to what you had done. You make people suffer, you too will suffer. Okay. And Allah's command must be fulfilled. Whatever written in the law mahfuz must be complied. Okay? And even you remain in your home, for those whom death was decreed, will certainly have gone forth to the place of their death. This is like the mother told the son, hey, Odi Maghrib, don't go out. I don't feel good. You want to go out Maghrib. The son said, Mother, I have to see a friend. I promise. I have to go. So he took his motorbike, and when he went off, 2 hours later, policeman come to the house and told the mother he died on the road, collided with a lorry. But he must go. Even the mother say, hey, please don't go. I don't feel good if you go. Right? The mother have that feeling only. They say firasat, feeling. But time of death, Allah fixed, you have to go. People in Germany, right? First time going holiday, and they go to Phuket. And that is the time tsunami came in. Hello, brother, gone. If he knows that he's going to die in Phuket, he will tie himself to an iron. In Germany, he refused to let go. I won't go, I won't go. He doesn't know. No, once appointed the time, it must happen. Okay, but must we accept this principle that Allah knows, Allah allowed it, that's listed in the law mahfuz, that his merit is there, right? Allah in control. Do we have to accept this principle as a Sufi? Yes, but as a Sharia people, they don't. They still say they can change. Yeah? And what the Prophet say? You must believe in Allah, His angel, His book, His messenger, and the end of the world, as well as predestination. Qadar dan qadar. Terima. Right? Must accept. If you don't accept, even you donated gold as high as Mount Uhud and donate it to charity, Allah will never accept it before you accept predestination. Qadar dan qadar. And what the Prophet say? If you can change qadar dan qadar, predestination, you can change. You say if thing going to happen, you can make it, it doesn't happen. If thing doesn't happen, you can make it to happen. If you have that concept, right, you will surely be condemned to hell. So Allah say. So in other words, you cannot change qadar dan qadar. You know, you have to follow suit. If you can, I'm the first one to approach you and whisper to your ears, hey, can you change from being old to young? Of course, behind me, you can see how my friend Azlan and Ibrahim were with me. You can't. You have to. That's why you think you can, then you think you're smarter than Allah. You're placed in hell. Okay. Is this Islam? Yes, this is Islam. Yeah. That you accept all this principle that I told you, everything in the hands of Allah, you can't change. Is this Islam? Yes. Islam means voluntary submission to Allah. That means surrender. Whatever He has laid down in the law mahfuz, you accept. Without much ado, you accept, surrender. So Islam is submission or surrender. If anyone desires a religion other than Islam, that means submission to Allah. Never will it be accepted by him. And hereafter, he will be in the rank of those who have lost. Okay, you must surrender, especially we are Sufis. All right? We don't exist. Nothing belongs to us. So shut up. Nothing belongs to you, right? If let's say, Brian, he was painting his motorcycle red, then you say, hey, Brian, I don't like you painting your motorcycle red. I prefer, paint it blue, you know. But Brian, of course, he loved red. He wanted it to be blue. So he said, who are you? I'm a passerby. So he was saying, yeah, continue pass by. Shut up. Continue pass by. You cannot, because it's motorbike. Everything belongs to Allah. We know that. Nothing belongs to us. So Allah said, don't you know, before I created you, you are nothing. Nothing belongs to us. Right? You don't exist. Nothing. So, you who believe, fear Allah. He should be feared, and die not you, but in the state of Islam, submission. You must die accepting only the precept that everything is willed by Allah. Everything. Not by you, not willed by Allah. You must accept this. And that is why the hadith, you don't enter paradise because of your good deed. You enter paradise because of Allah's blessing. And you will be blessed if you submit to Him. Okay? Keretaat. And they say, oh, Prophet, you also the same? Yes. So, all the black mark on the forehead, no guarantee. Right? Huh? And worse if the black mark on the head become bigger when mother-in-law come visiting. So once you understood this, I hope and pray that what I've told you tonight will sink in your mind and remember what I say. Don't be carried away by any event in the world, be it Palestine, be it Ukraine, or any other thing. Must be professional. I come back to that. You may follow but one day. God eye, see. God ear, listen. God mouth, shut up. Just pretend you don't know, clap your hand. Right? And same like Ronchai. He jump with his pumpkin. Let it be. Right? So, but you don't do this to people. Like they say, hey, Israel brutalizing the Palestine. Don't you say, let it be. They will whack you, Right? No. But as a Sufi, we quietly in ourselves, we know, let it be. But say to yourself inside, not outside, they whack you, Especially they are Palestine sympathizer, They don't understand, they only got the external view. They don't have marifat view, So keep to yourself. But we know what's going on, okay? So don't you sing, let it be, let it be. And then come to Ustadz, they whack you, start, like, I say, what happened? I sing, let it be, let it be. Now, having understood this, what I've given you tonight, use it as your basic principle in life as a Sufi. Now, there are many ways to handle this. I think especially when I'm not around, time gone, many of you will be on your own. You don't have time to write this. Every one of you will be on your own. So you can be like Hidil. Nobody knows. Just live like Hidil. You need to open up until, like in Hidil case, Allah send him, Musa alayhi salam. You can follow this way. And even if this also difficult for you, you can follow like the dweller of Al-Kafi cave. Al-Kafi dweller. That means you stay in the cave, in your house, and be with Allah all the time. No need to go out. You can't do that. But if you want to promote the ilmu, of course can. Right? But it's a very hard job, difficult. Because you cannot read a person's face to know that he can be a traitor. Right? Everything you've done, you report to police. Right? You don't know. But as long as you don't teach where you don't have a permit to, so my advice is comply with the law. They don't allow you to teach, okay, be there, huh? Or be the Golkafi dwellers. You don't do anything. Keep out of sight. Like for me, I'm doing this is through Zoom with the Indonesian. This you can get the link here. You must get the link from Indonesia. Indonesia is handling this. And Indonesia broadcast it to the whole world. So Malaysia also can get it, Singapore can get it, Europe can get it, the whole world. So you are safer. But if you do it here, you have to get a permit. But if they don't allow you, okay, comply with the law. Don't go against it. But mind you, these are master. We have the jewel that every generation will want it. Let me explain. When we were born, remember the ayat Alastu bi Rabbikum, right? Am I not your Lord? And then we say, yes. That light of faith is inserted in our self. And according to Gospel Barnabas, this light of faith, that's embedded in us, although it is blackened by sin, it never fades. You need to clean it up. Then it becomes lighted again. And your aura, your face will be brightened up. Now, many people got no chance to brighten up this light and have this light blackened by sin. But you all, your blackened light has been brightened up again because you got the Marifatullah. The Marifatullah. That is, they call it the light of Marifat, the light of Tawhid. That already brightened up. It won't be blackened again. It is there. It's you. And what in Gospel Barnabas say, you need the prophet or people like this who got the light, but not blind, to guide other people to the truth. So you are unconsciously are the guide. But as to whether you are guide or not, depend on Allah, but you have the light. Okay? And this is sought by all the people in the world. Every generation look for Allah. Every generation. Look, my grandfather looked for Allah. He joined Tariqat. My father looked for Allah, joined Tariqat. I look for Allah, I don't join Tariqat. Right? I got this tasawwuf, the way of the prophets, which are much better, easier, clearer, and nothing untowards about it. So, you have this. So, no matter where you go, if people know you have it, they will come to you. And that was why, when I was younger, I heard all my father's friends, hey, that guy have, that guy have, no, that guy have, I have whatever. They don't have this life. They can guide. I don't know now. Now do the people do like that? They do other. They do other. We have, but we don't advertise. No work, don't find work unless work is given. Right, huh? Right, really, I'm telling you. No joke, no. No work, don't find work. Allah gave you like He's there, right? Does He go and find student? No, no work, don't work. Right. Work coffee, did they come out and get student? No. No work, keep to yourself. But what's Allah give? What to do, right? But this light, every generation look for it. And we are the torchbearer. They're called Warisul Anbiya. Because 124,000 Anbiya means of prophets. 124,000 prophet was sent. to teach their ummah to know God and worship the one God. Every prophets. We also, prophet gone, we took over. And our sis, Awaluddin, we the one carrying it. Not the Sharia people. They keep on telling you about the Sharia law, no? So you got confused. Huh? So the converts say, which one are to follow? Hanafi say this way, Safi say this way, Maliki say this way, Ambali say this way. In the end, the mu'alaf have to be admitted into the mental hospital. Confused. What to follow? Right. But we are the people who can bring people to the true light. So you know you have a jewel. You don't need to show off. People will look for you. So even he did also, people looking for him. Right? So unless you are teaching, that's okay. Lah. If not, just, keep to yourself, you know already. And never say when people tell you about the world problems, you saying, let it be, let it be. Then they whack you, don't curse me, I only want you. Right? But we know, keep ourselves. Among ourselves, we can say, let it be, we can sing, right? But we don't sing outside. The police will whack us with a baton. No? Let it be. So that is my advice to you all, my friend, my companion. That, everything have been listed. There's no two ways about it. Accept it. Definitely there will be an end. Definitely there will be good reasons. Allah knows what is doing. Wabi'ai rabbikuma tugas dibat. What is my deny? Everything they are married, whatever he's doing. So accept this. Mind your business. Either you can follow Hidir or go Kafi, Right? You follow go Kafi, sit in your room, don't come out. Right? If you follow Hidir, you walk like blur man. Nobody disturb you. They say, why you talk to the blur man? Don't talk to him. You are safe. They won't ask you questions. Right? You blur like that. Then they sympathize you, give you $5 for breakfast. Right. Just like that, we have the knowledge, and every generation will look for it. But one exception: open to your children and grandchildren. So when they are looking for this, then one of them say, "Hey, Nene have this. You go and see Nene. Well, how good is it? No need for your grandchildren to run here and there. Many of you remember searching high and low for this until you found this knowledge in the YouTube. Right? But if your Nene have it, and my Nene have it, no need to run around. Just buka lah beli setel dulu, beli baca. Bukai lah, kasih lah, dulu lah kan. Kalau Nenek buka, then that you have mercy, on your own flesh and blood, right? No need for them to run around, right? Many of you have run around for many years, not 1 day, 2 days, no, many years. If only our Nene have it, you don't need to run around. Buka mana sentil? Belilah kan sentil kan, ya. Okay kan? But it doesn't go anywhere. It's there. So, to me, make it an exception to your own flesh and blood, children, grandchildren. And this is a knowledge that will help them to be a better person, a better believer, a person who is near to God. So, that is the end of my lecture. Thanks everybody who listened to this. Then I'm coming back to Bayu.